What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Eric G with the Bar Exam, and I'm here to give you guys my top 10 songs of the year for 2024. So I'm just gonna start at number 10. Um, my number 10 is Lil Yachty and V's "Sorry Not Sorry." Just love that Yachty has continued his run of continuing his relationship with Detroit artists. I know he's been real busy this year, but he basically continues to keep tapping in with them. And this was just one of those records where him and V's went back and forth for like 2 minutes, and it was just a real quick slap. And it's real easy to listen to, real easy to be in rotation. Um, my number 9 song is "Thought I Was Dead" by Tyler and Schoolboy Q. This is on Tyler's latest album, Chromacopia. And to me, this just continues the run of Tyler and Q continuing to link up. They've made records together previously in the past. And, I kind of like that after Tyler and Rocky got cool, it allowed that relationship with him and Q to blossom even more. So I just love that they continued that on this record. My number 8 song is "Ultra Shit" by Denzel Curry and Keyada or Kenyatta. I'm my bad if I am pronouncing that incorrectly, but I always love this record because this really brings back that old school 3-6 Mafia type vibe. Like even the way that they're rapping on it, they have like a old like down south sample from like somebody who used to rap with 3-6, Lord Infamous, all those guys. So just love that they threw it back to that type of vibe on this record. My number 7 record is "All That" by Absol, Jason Martin, formerly known as Problem, and Thirsty P. Love the chill West Coast vibe on this song, and I love that this was kind of a switch up for Absol. Usually it's feels like it's a little more deep and methodical, and on this one it's just a real chill, easy listen. My number 8 is "Reincarnated" by Kendrick Lamar. This was on the latest album, GNX, that just came out. And this is probably one of my top 3 favorite songs on the album. And I love the different interpretations he dives into, whether it's the interpretation of him speaking as the devil or writing to the blues artist John Lee Hooker and Dina Washington. I just love the angles that he took on this record, and I also really, really like the Tupac sample that he used on there. So it's definitely one of my favorites on there. If you haven't heard that yet, definitely go check that one out. My number 5 is Gunna, "Him All Along." I think this is probably Gunna's best song of the year. I love that he continues to show his confidence battling through all the adversity that he's been through the past year. So it just feels like he continues to get more confidence the longer the time goes on. And that's one of those records that shows why. My number 4 song is "Leave Me Alone" by Big X the Plug. Big X the Plug is my favorite new artist of the year. I love the production choices that he chooses to rap on. He always picks these old school like funky samples that like a lot that I've not heard a lot of people decide to rap on before. So I really appreciate that he has gone back to that time, because that's a lot of the music that I grew up on, that I heard my dad listening to riding around. So I appreciate that he takes a lot of those old school type samples, and this is one of those songs that does that. So shout out to Big X. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next year. My number 3 song is "Euphoria" by Kendrick. I think this is my personal favorite song that kicked off the beef between him and Drake. I love the foreshadowing lines. I make music that electrify them. You make music that pacify them. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Like, we really didn't know how profound that was going to be later on into the beef. And there was just a lot of lines in this record in particular that ended up coming back to bite Drake in the ass a little bit later on in this beef. So that is why it's my personal favorite out of the beef, even though I know there was a lot bigger records out of there. I think that this one was the most profound because it's the one that kind of really told the story of chill out on me or this is going to happen. And we saw what happened. My number 2 song is Future and Kendrick Like That. I love this record because of the time it was able to last. I think we went through a lot of peaks and valleys throughout this year, whether outside of just the Kendrick and Drake beef. We just went through a lot of peaks and valleys with hip hop music, period. And I think that this was one of those records that when it came out, you kind of just knew that it was going to last for a while. But I think that it's stood the test of time that it has throughout this whole year. Really just shows how strong of a record it still is to this day. I think Metro upped his game when he decided to use that sample. And I think it was very strategic on Future Metro's part to enlist Kendrick on this record. So I think, I think that the strength of all three of those things is a reason why this record was able to last as long as it did. And then I think just to piggyback off that, for my number one song is Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. And I feel like there was no bigger wave that hit this year than when this record dropped. And I mean, from just an impact level of when the video dropped to the memes that came behind it to the things that Kendrick actually says in the record, the virality of it, how many people were actually playing it, the superstars that were playing it, us seeing him go on a repeat of playing it over and over again on that Amazon stage in Los Angeles. Like there were so many different moments that you can pinpoint from this record alone, and we're still not even we still haven't even really seen the peak yet because we still have the Super Bowl to come up next year. So I just think that with that being said, there is no bigger record and no better record this year than Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. If you guys agree with me, let me know what your list is. Give me your top 10 lists of the year. And I will see you guys at the top of 2025 to see what is going to happen for the rest of the year. And this has been Eric G with the Bar Exam and Ethos Media Network. I will catch y'all later.
Hi, guys. It's your girl, Allie Rayner from Bar Exam on the Ethos Media Network. If you want to be in the know on the newest Black movers and shakers from various industries, check out Entreprenegros on Ethos Media Network.